All right, so here we have an example that we would not be able to factor using grouping, or I'm sorry, using our traditional methods. And in this particular case, the only thing that's really going to work is to go ahead and group these, each one of these terms with common factors. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and this is going to be pretty much the same for any of these that you might have to tackle, but the key to it is to realize that, well, it's going to be best in general to go ahead and group this first section and then the second section here. Now, one thing you have to be cautious of that this particular problem doesn't have is if there's a negative here, that negative you have to be cautious in knowing that it would have to be distributed. I didn't pick an example that actually had that for simplicity's sake, but you have to be a little cautious there. Now, the reason we group these out is we're hoping that if we take a greatest common factor out here, a common factor between these two groups will present itself. So in this particular case, I can see that the first piece here has a greatest common factor of 2 and a v squared that I can take out. And then that leaves me with 3v minus 8. Okay? And I can always multiply back. 2v squared times 3v is 6v cubed. 2v squared times negative 8 is negative 8v squared. Plus, I'm going to do the same thing here, and I can see that a 7 goes into both of these, so I'm going to get 7, and then, it looks like we're going to get lucky, 3v minus 8, and a little hint is that these types of problems are all set up so you can do this, so it's not really getting that lucky. And now, this is the part that probably, to some people, makes a little less sense. You can almost think of it as this being kind of in here, and this is one term and this is the other. So if we look at this, they actually have a greatest common factor of 3v minus 8. So if we pull the 3v minus 8 out, okay, well then on the inside, if we divide this term right here by 3v minus 8, they're just going to cancel, so we're just left with 2v squared, and that goes away. Now, same thing happens here. If we divide this term by 3v minus 8, well, then that's going to cancel, and we're just left with the plus 7, leaving us with our two factors. Now, one of the keys to this is to realize that if we multiplied this back out, or maybe just something that would help, if we were, and by the way, this is our answer, but if we were to multiply this out, well, if I multiply 2v squared times 3v minus 8 and I don't distribute, so I'll get right back to where I was here. Same thing, if I take the 3v minus 8, multiply it by the 7, then I'll be right here. So either way, I can get back to where I started, which is always where you want to be in situations like this.